again. Integrity generally refers to the quality of being honest. The word being honest. Having strong moral principles and at the end to ethical values. Integrity in business is what will help you go far. A businessman who wants to collaborate, you can collaborate all I want. No integrity, you cannot go far in life. It's not only a principle for business, it's a principle of life. And you see, it's just like husband and wife. You see, once trust is out of that relationship, the relationship is as good as empty. Many of us that are seated here, we have breached the trust of our colleagues, and that is why it is very difficult to keep you in the space so that we can build together. Get it right? Because of your lack of integrity, we are not able to keep you in the space so that you can be part of the people handling the building of the space. Integrity will take you to where you cannot believe you can get to. I know a guy in this town. Today he has about 3 or 4 filling stations in this area. He's a very big boy now. We used to live together around here, Yusuf, in Tanke. This bros was working in all these hotels, them not pool. Those days that we have that GRE, all those hotels in GRE. And a businessman came to that hotel to lodge, an Hausa man, and he forgot his purse. And this brother was the one. This one is what I know. It's not that he's not hearsay. This bros was the one to clean that room that morning. He saw the purse and he traced the man. He traced the man and returned the purse to him. The man was very impressed. I told him, do you want to leave? Do you want to work in petrol station? Can you be doing what do they call it? Attendant, pump attendant. And he said, yes, he prefers it to doing cleaning in the hotel. And he, okay, come and work. The man had one around Songo that time. And called him, okay, come and start working here. The guy was working at the pump. He was diligent at the pump. The man moved him from the pump to the office. From the office, he got to a level. He was doing that. He was going to Kwara State. If I mention the filling stations, you can go there and ask for the owner. They are in this alone. He was doing that. He was going to Kwara State, and from there, at the point, the man said, "Okay, you two, do you have interest in this business? You know, Hausa people are very pure. They are pure people. You know, do you have interest in this business?" Okay, I have interest, because he was already managing like 2 filling stations for him at that time, and the man showed him. He showed him how to fish. That's what the technical can do. Today, I'm telling you that today, he has at least 4 filling stations. You know what that means in this town. And what made me remember that story was that last week when I was going to Decor, I saw one of the boys that used to work for this bros. We bought fuel in that boy's filling station too. So it means that he has also extended it to some of the people. These are all the people that used to come and drink garri and beans in their house in Tanke at that time. Integrity will help you go far. Many of us don't have it. Some people are not even starting. So in fact, some people will make you think they have it. You will get into it and they will show you that, Baba, this year we are not going to agree for anybody. Forget integrity. All the people that will not agree for anybody, let me tell you, the people that will not agree for anybody and you don't have integrity, you will still fall down. That's the truth. Integrity is key for you to succeed as an event decorator, because they give you a job to do, you do it with the whole of your heart. Be transparent with money. Money is what is causing trouble between many of us. Transparency, very important. I'm going to just drop I'm going to give like 2 or 3 importance of integrity, and I will close it there. Trust and reputation, very important. Trust and reputation. I won't be able to read all of that to you. Trust and reputation, customer loyalty. Let me read this. Customers are most likely to be loyal to businesses that they perceive as honest and trustworthy. Once your client sees that you are honest and trustworthy, they will come back. Some of us can attest to it, that there are families that from the word go, you have been the one decorating for them. They will even allow you into their living room, allow you into their bedroom, because they believe in you. I remember, there was a day I saw Pastor. This was about 5 years ago. I saw him in Mama of blessed memory now. That GRA. Olopayo. So Mama Olopayo's house. You can sit down. I'm coming. Now I want to get this job. So I'm running up. Thank you, sir. So now I noticed that. So I saw him at the Olopayo's place, and the way they were going inside and coming out, I said, you know Olopayo. The bros. I didn't know this man. He said, you have been working for them for long. You have been doing Decor for them for long. Up to even when the woman, when she passed on, they still called him. The children still called him to come out. It's a level. And that's what I'm saying, that some of us, it is this integrity that will take us to where many of us are aspiring. 2024, I want to do great business. I want to do with the one that has been given to you, will help you to get to that one that you're looking at. Employees' morale and productivity. If the oga has integrity and the staff has zero integrity, you are still back to square one. Because it is those staff that will go and tell you, they are the ones that will spoil your reputation before. So all the integrity that you have been building, all the everything, and your staff, you that that they trust you in this house, you now send the staff that even you yourself you do not trust. You now send the person to the house. You should already know that you are gone. You know among your staff, the ones that you yourself can say, go to government house, go and meet the governor, and let me tell the governor that I will not go there and say our oga said your head is not correct. You know that people can do that because they are already waiting for you to fall already, so that they can take over the place. It will not happen by the grace of God. Legal and regulatory compliance. Operating with, we have a legal person that's coming up with talking about these legal things. We need to take our businesses seriously these days. With all these legal aspects, paying of our taxes and all of those things. What Nigeria is going down, they're going to be clamping down on businesses. Did you see what very, very, very competitive. So, there must be something that you are doing differently that will make this client stick to you. And you are the one they always want to use for their events. I hope with this viewpoint of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you. Convince you especially that collaboration and integrity are very important tools in building this space that we are talking about. And for you to be a part of the tool that we will use in the building of this space, especially for Kwara State decorators, we must trust you. You must have integrity. You must be ready to collaborate and do it well. Thank you.
Please, if you have been informed, I would like to show him some love. Thank you so much. It's still the Kwara State Event Decorators Association, and it has been teamed building the space. For those of us that are just coming in, I've announced earlier the link to this event has been shared on the WhatsApp group, if I'm right, yes, on the WhatsApp group. So please, you can send to our friends that are not here. Please, let's check on that. Now we thank our sports speaker. He has said so many things. He talked about collaboration and integrity. Collaboration enhances productivity. It enhances breaking new grounds. It enhances expansion, and it kills the me syndrome. That's how you put it. Now, integrity, he said something about integrity that is so captivating. He said integrity is the quality of being honest, having strong moral principles and ethical values. Now, one of my ways of talking about integrity is this. Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. So please, ladies and gentlemen, can you kindly look at somebody very close to you and ask a simple question and say, have you been informed? Please ask that person. Have you been informed? Will you take integrity seriously now? Thank you very much. That's correct. Thank you so much. Now, without wasting too much of our time, we still have about two speakers that will be coming up stage to come and dissect these things for us. So please, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said earlier, we have strong hands that is going to teach us, share their experience, and lead us in the right path. So please, the second speaker, I've introduced him earlier and he's seated here. So as I said, he's a man of God, he's a pastor, and he is an event decorator as well. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring forward the CEO of Manor Events Management in person of Pastor Yemi Olapade. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And happy New Year. I wish all of us the best this year. I'm grateful to the organizers of this meeting. I never knew that one day decorators would be as much as this in Kwara. I think we are doing well. Put things together for yourself. One of the things I want to also appreciate is that gradually we are chasing away foreigners from our territory. Yes. By now, we no longer have regular visit of people from Lagos, Abuja to our territory. So we are taking over. Yes. Yeah. Please, let us keep up with good work, and I believe that we will get there. Building the space is the theme, and it's a very logical thing. But like my Oga said, I'll also be talking on the subheading under the building space. I know that there are vacuums in the industry already. And if you are very smart, you look at the vacuum in the industry and you feel it. Like some of us, I recognize event planners on team. Oga, you're welcome. Event planners, you're welcome. Thank you, you are our guests. I know that we will still have interactions today and we will still talk to you. There are vacuums everywhere in the event industry and also in the decorating space. There are vacuums. There are still things we do, there are still things we don't do. There are level of jobs that we do and level of jobs that we don't do. There are still limitations in our thinking, in our innovations, in our creativity. There are still a lot of things that needed to be done. And so when a program like this is brought forward, I always appreciate it. It's a time for all of us to talk together and see some areas of improvement, which is very necessary. I appreciate this year's gathering more than ever. I appreciate the past executives, they have been working, but I think this is unique. This is unique. The fact that we have to come together and talk about some of our challenges. Now, today I'll be talking about challenges of effective delivery in decoration jobs. Challenges of effective delivery in decoration jobs. Okay. There are a lot of issues about our decor jobs in Ilorin. There are a lot of challenges. And some of our planners, I know a few of them are here, and some will still join us later. They are not proud of us. Yours sincerely, they are not proud of us. There are jobs we do, and they are not proud to tell people that I sourced my decorator in Ilorin. They basically by the level of our delivery or the way we do our things, the way we handle our things. And so it is important that we talk about some of the challenges we face that makes us do such jobs. Please, if you just give me a little attention more, we will do well with us. I've done a couple of jobs in and outside of Ilorin, and I've encountered some challenges outside and inside Ilorin. In fact, last year, December, was it December or December, I was at Whitestone in Kenya, and I saw the way things are being done. And I'll still talk about it if I have the time. I don't want to take more than the time I've been given. What time am I supposed to talk, please? That should be one. Okay, so I'll still talk about it when I get there. But something that fascinates me there is that a team of decorators, I think 5702 or something, I've forgotten his name. 5702. They did a job that would take me 4 days to do under 12 hours. They did a job that would take me 4 days to do under 12 hours. And I was shocked at the level of delivery. I told my people, I said, Tikuma say Ope Ajesara. You know, we went to play a away match. There were 2 halls there, and they were handling one. And so we got into the unforeseen competition. And so after we finished the job, the hall manager, at first when we got there, they frustrated us. And I know that subsequently you would have another forum where we would bring event all managers to talk to them. They frustrated us. As I was driving into the venue, they first requested that I pay 100,000 naira before my truck can come in. So I paid. Now I was still fresh. They are just checking me. So I drove into the venue, I paid 100,000. He said, okay, before you can plug one light, you pay 50,000. That was where I started saying happy. And you know, I built I build as an Ilorin decorator. You know how we build. When we pay 200,000 for 1,000 seater hall. So I build as an Ilorin decorator. But I don't take 200,000 for 1,000 seater hall. So at that point, I said I would need to talk to my client. So later they said no, you can't move in your chest. They have a very terrible chair there. If you know white stone, they are moonstone hall. They have one very terrible white chair there, very good. No, then I said before you can move out this terrible chair and bring in your luxury chair, you will pay us 100,000. And at that point, I knew there was trouble. Okay, I said fine. I'll call the client to come and talk to you. So we started setting up. They said no. Before you can suspend this thing that you are, this is even too much for us. Before you can suspend this thing that you are setting up, you need to see our technical manager. You need to see this and that, and this is the amount you will have to pay. And so they frustrated us. But it was not the same with the people that were working in the other hall. They were just going, maybe as they were asking for money, they were paying. As they were asking for money, they were just paying. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Because like, if I'm also inside Atlantic and someone is coming from Lagos, the stress you will go through will be different from what I'll go through. And it was so frustrating. And there I saw this 5702 guy delivered what will take us 5 days to do. But at first, I saw about 10 teams of carpenters, 10 men doing carpentry. All through the night, it was back. I saw more than 20 guys on Flora handling flowers. I saw another company bringing chairs. I saw Innovate. I also met Innovate there, bringing lights and spiral, this, that. I saw a lot of people, different teams, different people working for the same thing. That's why I like the idea of collaboration. But collaboration is very delicate in the story because we are not mature businessmen. By the time you bring people into your space to work on your brand, it's not your client. That's what the idea is. But I believe we are getting there. At least me and some people should collaborate very well. And the relationship has still been smooth. Now they did what we are supposed to do for 3 days. Under 10-12 hours. And they did excellently well. So I had to call my team together and say, let's look at this. We also had the same time to work. It was very terrible. Because we were not familiar with that level of job. It is still the guy that will do the flower, that will do the rug, that will do you know how it is in Florida. So we are not very familiar. And so we started working. But we had to meet up. And we met up. So after the event, the hall manager walked up to me and said, what are you doing in Ilorin? That was what he said. He said, what are you doing in Ilorin? That come to Lagos, come and compete. So he now revealed to me that when they just asked that the decorator is coming from Ilorin, they said, why would you bring a decorator from a village to come and decorate in a city? And so some of the challenges that have painted us black in Ilorin should be addressed in meetings like this. There are challenges that have painted us black. I have seen a case where people come from Lagos, from outside Nigeria, and they decide to give a job to anyone here in Ilorin. They are not messing up that contract. They are messing up. And so when that family, like you were saying that when you do a job for a family, you should capture that family and keep them to your customer base. When that family goes out of Ilorin, they go and get the decorators in Ilorin because one of our friends had gone to do a bad job for them. and they have a record of how you messed up their event in the learning. So one of the challenges of delivering effectively when we decorate, the first thing I want to alert us to, I'll just open our eyes to some of the things that make these Lagos big boys, Abuja big boys to come and rob us and go. First thing is that you are a decorator, you are not a space manager. Leave space management to the event planners. I have challenged, there was a day we were setting up, Shola Rahman was the event planner. And as I was setting up, he said, what space is this? I said, we're doing this, we're doing it. And he said, no, the client wanted 1,200. I said, I'm not here to monitor the number the client wants. I'm here to decorate. And that's the difference. Lagos guys, when they come, this year, it's not next year again, this year now. This July now, I'll be having a job. I'll be side by side with me. We'll be working, and a hall that will take 1,200, I'll will tell you to take 500 guests. And our planners, our client will not argue. So I also started and thought about it. Why must I leave a 3 feet? You know, when we started decoration in those days, I forgot to introduce myself as someone who has started in those days, over 2 decades. When we started, it was you buy a log and you cut it into 4 places. That's about 3 feet for walkway. We now roll it very well, very tightly. The bride and the groom on a straight line, and they just go through the heart. So I started looking at it. When you check their pages, they have sufficient space to display what they want to do. Unlike we here in Ilorin, we choke it up, there's no space to display anything. And if you are called on to decorate, you need space. So have it at the back of your mind that you are not a space manager. You are called to decorate. So many times we forget what we're called on to do. We just want to manage space for the client. Eventually, when they get to Lagos and they go to another party where there is space, they just say, Lord, people don't know how to do anything. The guy I gave my job choked up everywhere. They never knew they were the one bringing too much guests. I think it's a problem with the planner too. Too much guests for the book, the 500-seater hall, and eventually they tell you that the guest is 750 guests. It is none of my business. I am called to decorate, and so please allow me to place whatever I needed to place. That's number one thing I want to bring to our notice. Very important. I don't want to forget is why I placed it as number one. Now, the elephant in the room, money. Money is a major challenge. I was listening to Busi yesterday when he was talking about money. He said you can't hate money and have it. So he was trying to, you can't hate it. You can't have what you hate. You can't hate money and attract it. It is what you like that you attract. Now, money is a major problem in our decorating business. It's a major problem. I've had all sorts of ridiculous prices everywhere. All sorts of that I myself wonder how you are going to achieve that job. There have been cases where they have passed around. I have a client now. I think me and Arif will still talk about it. They have requested, maybe Arif has submitted his own quotation. They have requested, I think I told you, of a client that came and was sourcing prices and wanted to source prices from Arif and me. And on the venue, he met me and Arif. Arif was working inside Gold Maki. I was working inside Diamond Maki. And I ran to meet Arif. I said, Arif, how do you do this? I said, this verse, there's a new logic I got. You remember that day? Close point. I said, there's a new logic I got. This thing, I took this project, I said, this is how we'll be doing it now. But once I get the machine to do it, I'll let you know. And I left. See collaboration. I discovered a machine that can weld something. And I needed to quickly tell Arif that once I get the machine, I will let you know. I later got the machine, but I've not gotten the equipment. So, the client left Arif, stayed with Arif for over an hour, and came to me again. I said, they are on the way. I said, okay. And when I said, but I saw you. They said, oh, you are the one I saw. They are been strategy in the low price can be a weapon against yourself. When you think that when you bring down your prices, people will come to you. No, they will run away from you. You can imagine. I think I told you that I was fortunate to hear the prices of decorators outside the lorry, and I was shocked. I worked with SRC last year, December, SRC from Lagos. And they said they were shocked when they saw my bills and what I said that I wanted to do. I was ashamed of myself. They were shocked when they saw my bills and what I promised to do. So they were waiting to see what I will do. So after I finished the job, the lady said, can she work with my brand in Ilorin? If I have a major job, I should bring her to Ilorin to come and work with me in Ilorin. Because she never believed I could achieve what I sent until I did it with the bills I sent. He said in Lagos, the least a person would do the job I did for 6 million is 12 million naira in Lagos. And it's not because Lagos is expensive. Lagos is not expensive. I hope you know that Lagos is cheaper than Ilorin when it comes to decoration. Because you get, why I go to Lagos every week, and some of my ogas here have accused me of going to Lagos every week, is because you have access to equipment in Lagos easily than Ilorin. Ilorin, as far as I'm concerned, I used to tell people around me that there's no market in Ilorin. As far as I'm concerned, nothing. If you are familiar with Lagos, nothing. All we have in Ilorin is just shops, no market. Nothing. When you get to Lagos, you see all shades. All shades. Anything you are looking for, you get it. I think China is also better than Lagos. So we are getting there. The likes of Avinas and Rao, they go to China to do their shopping for jobs. So I saw some of their quotations, and I saw someone quoted 85 million naira for a teamed job. 85 million naira. The client said, are you going to build a hall for us? 85 million naira. I don't know any one of us here who will have courage to submit such project. 85 million naira. You know some quotations that when you submit, you quickly delete for everybody and you think about it. 85 million naira. And I heard that when they asked him that can you take 40 million naira? Can you take 40 million naira? He said we no longer do such jobs. In Nigeria. And so it shows to us that some of us are still playing, including me. Including me. We are still playing. We are still playing. Stop playing. We are still playing. And now think about someone who charges 300,000 for a 1,000 seater. If me am playing, what is that person doing? That person will be regarded as unserious. You know, a person playing can still be serious. So in the lorry, one of the things that we must note is that when your prices are low, does not necessarily mean they will give you the business, the contract. And so, let's stop shooting ourselves on the leg. Let us up our games. I've been an advocate for this for a long time because I knew when you go to associations of, let's say, organizers or mechanics, you see, when I came this morning, I was happy with the kind of cars I saw outside. Please put your hands together for yourself. We are doing well, and God will take us there. Amen. When they were doing the legal so AGM here, I have an event the other day, and I came. I said, "What are they doing here?" They said they have annual general meeting of lawyers, and I saw cars. There are lawyers in this land that drive cars of 150 million. If some of us have known that lawyer, 150. I had the price of that car, I was shocked in this town. But if we continue to take 300,000 for jobs, our general meeting like this will be like Okada people are doing meeting.
What kind of ladies?
And so we need to, let me tell us a fact. A fact is that there are no alternatives to the people who are in this room.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If we decide here that we're not going to work for someone in the lorry, he will spend double of whatever he wants to spend on us. There are no alternatives. And so when they come, well, there are levels to everything. The way Avina will charge is not the way I will charge. There's nothing I can do about it. And please, before I forget, whenever we see a big brand deliver excellently, let us just appreciate them. Don't let us say, what has he done? We can do better. I told people, you can do it, but you will not do it. And because even if they call you and give you the money, like, okay, let me give us an instance. I can use myself as an example. Nobody will arrest me. There was a day I took a job, a small hall, but the money I took was bigger than the small hall. So I went to Lagos very long ago, about 6-7 years ago. It was a new hall. I don't want to tell you details so that you will not go to the It was 5-6 years ago. I went to Lagos. I pumped in flowers. And at the end of the job, as the event was about to start, I stayed afar off and I disliked the volume of flowers I inputted into the job. I hate the job. So some of us, if they give us too much money, it will be a problem. So every one of us operates in a certain level. But whatever level you operate in, make sure you are charging accurately. We cannot charge the same fee. If Avina's bill is 20 million, my bill will be 6 million, 7 million. If Sarao charges, there was a job Sarao did, I quoted 6 million. Sarao took 27 million naira for the job. I quoted 6 for the job. They did not give me. You know it's cheap, Abi. They did not give me. And if they give me 6 million, I will put energy. Every vibe. But they did not give me. So I'm telling us it's not because, and part of the problem we have is that we don't have sufficient funds to do our jobs. One marine board is now 15,500, 16,000 naira.
18,000, sir.
18,000 naira, thereabout. One HDF board. That's why you see our people using leather instead of board. It is not because they don't know that board works better than leather, but because of the price they are charged. And by the time you see the end result, you will now say these are Ilorin jobs. This year, anything you can do or everything you can do, make sure they don't tag our job as Ilorin jobs again. Let us compete globally. But with charging 300,000, 400,000 for a 1,000 staff hall, we will not get there. You can't compete. There was a time I did a job, I did a dance floor. Arif was there. And I told Arif I used 18 boards for the dance floor, 18 marine boards for the dance floor. And we were cutting and dissecting. And now calculate how much is 18 boards and how much will you have charged for the job. So let us up our game. They are not doing any magic. There's nothing they are doing that we cannot do, provided we have the funds. There is no design of job. Okay, there are some designs I don't know how to do anyway. But like some of Bill's job, we have discussed it. You can't do it around here because we can't do it. But there are limits to what we cannot do. If we charge accurately, we will do it. So please, let's be correct in our charges. So money is a very important thing. Don't think you are doing yourself well by doing. We did a business retreat in church, and I told this is not church. So I told my people, permit me to just say the way I told them. I said this year I reject customers of 3 for 50 naira. Amen. 3 for 50 naira. And I reject them. Customers that will tell you that maybe you have charged for the decoration is engagement and reception now. I reject them. You say I've charged for decoration. Does it mean there is engagement and reception? When you see, including church, they're not punished them. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. That's just very important for us. The next one is that this is also very important. Reconfigure. You not to repeat one pattern always. Reconfigure your creative mind. Those who are familiar with iPhone, every time you will go with update. Or let me say, all apps will come with updates at every time. Update. Some of us, we are still using the 1998 model of decoration. 1998, 1999 model of decoration. You're welcome, man. We need to reconfigure our creative mind. We need to change the way we do things. Our mind must be open to design. Design, there was the last job I did, we were cutting design. We were cutting board, we wanted to cut a design. So we laid down board and I was just drawing, I was sketching board. And my guys came to me and said, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. And why I didn't know is because usually I do my designs at night. I have a paper and a pen by my bed. So it is at night that I do my sketch. Then I call meeting together in the morning and we plan how to execute the cost, bring the technicians together, the furniture, the guys, and how can this thing work. Some into trouble. Event is just in 2 days. You have not given us date. I said there's something I want us to hand. But I've not gotten the space to go home and sleep. And the portal for inspiration is on that bed. But whichever way you cut it, it is still design. Just open your mind. So when you are designing, open your mind. If you see people, fashion designers say, they open their mind. That's why you see ladies wear a cloth that has one hand and no. And the people of the 60s, of the 50s, when they see it, they say, are you crazy? They are not actually crazy. It's still a design. So we must reconfigure our mind. Now, how do we reconfigure? Number one, follow leaders of your sector on your social media. Very important. Some of us, we follow Whiskey, we follow the video, we follow. In fact, and I told people that whoever you follow, where they are going is where you are going. Yes, sir. So leaders of your sector, if you want to check, just pick your phone now, check your Instagram page. The first 5 feeds you get defines your life. So when you check my phone, I can assure you, it's either you see a decorator, you see an event planner, you see a pastor. Because I knew. So my guys were saying, with this huge amount, what is it going to do? I said, you will see. You don't need over value for what you do. You will see yourself when it comes around. I'll tell some of us, I'll tell the leaders of the association when it comes around. You will see. If we can organize him to talk to the decorators that are available, I will organize him to talk to us. Because as we were coming here, I was telling my we had planned to have brought him. But you will see. He can design and design and design the unimaginable things, and you would not, you won't believe it. So, follow leaders of the industry. Don't be a decorator and be following a barber. Don't be a decorator and be following a musician. It's not your business. It's not your sector. That's how to reconfigure your mind. Number 2, be open to new ideas about events. Don't be rigid about what you know. Don't be very rigid. In designing, don't be rigid. You know, when they trained us for drawing, for artwork, the more flexible your hand is, the more you can achieve design. Don't be rigid, even in your mind. Don't be rigid. People are coming up with different ideas. One was what Decorative said. That the client said, I don't want flowers, I want crystals. So don't be rigid. Think about it. How can I do a job without flowers? Think about it. Don't be rigid. When you're doing designing, don't be rigid. And don't look at other people's job and condemn it because of the pattern they have used. Be flexible enough to learn from it. Don't be rigid. When I do a job or when other people do a job, I am flexible enough to learn from what they have done. But if you are too rigid, you say it's not done that way, it's done this way. And so your mind is configured to a certain pattern. So don't be rigid. Then number 3 there is keep learning and relearning. There's no limit to knowledge. Keep learning. There's no limit to knowledge. So I went to Bode Thomas last year to go and learn how to weld stainless. There's no limit to learning how to weld stainless. And I did it, it almost took my eye. You know alcohol welding? Do you know how to weld it? A little. But you know it's very difficult. Very simple but very difficult. So there's no limit to learning. There's no limit. Every opportunity you have, learn. Learn from people that are lower to you. There are some people that have learned from. You can't. Very careless. Bossman can testify. The way they handle their story, you see Bossman will come out with a flower of 2 years. Still looking at me. Flower of 2 months. So I have to learn from them and see how are you guys doing this thing. Me, I'm just buying. If we do a job this month, before 3 months, say bring out white void. They said we don't have new again. I said, we bought some about 2 months ago. They said we don't have new again. Bring out white void. They said we don't have new again. So I'll be buying new void. Saturday, how much? Every time price is changing. So be ready to learn. Now, another thing that will help us, please, this one is also very important. Have an investment plan. Don't just follow anybody. Have your own customized investment plan. Don't say because Mana has a chair, you also want to buy a chair. That's why Harry is number 1 in that plan. He will not follow you because he doesn't know whether you are going the wrong way. So he will not just follow you. He will stay very well. If he sees that the way is not so wrong, he can now ask you that I want to buy this thing. He will not just follow you. That's why he doesn't have a tent still now. I have a tent. You need to come and ask me how it is. So don't just follow people. Don't just follow people. Have your own investment plan. One of our problem is, what do we do with money? Like I used to tell people, my mentor said, foolish people spend money. Foolish people. Average people save money. Wise people invest money. That's Robert Kiyosaki. Foolish people spend money. Average people save money. Wise people invest money. Because savers are losers. That's why they are average. If you have saved 1 million naira 5 years ago and you took certain number of interest, what you buy with 1 million 10 years ago is what you buy with 5 million naira now. So you have lost your money. That's why savers are losers. Foolish people are the ones that once they give them a job, what comes to their mind first is spending. No. You will not grow. You will remain on a spot. The first thing that must come to your mind is investment. Me, my standard principle. Should I share it? I have a benchmark. It was a revelation by God anyway, because I'm a Christian. So I may not share it publicly. If you permit me, I'll share it. The Bible says he gives bread to the eater and seed to the sower. And revealed to me that what does the sower eat? Have we thought about it before? He gives bread to the eater and seed to the sower. Does it mean that the sower does not eat? So that means the sower consumes only interest, but the eater consumes everything. So God opened my eyes to identify the difference between a bread and a seed. You know you cannot keep bread for so long. You have to eat it. And so for me, if you give me a job that is not up to 1 million, it's bread, I will eat it. Anyhow. Either I ask someone I want to send money to, I want to buy something. But once a job exceeds 1 million naira, before it gets to my account, people know me. People know me. What are you going to buy? I don't even know yet. I can go to Lagos 3 times in a week. As people who are close to me, 3 times I can go to Lagos. People who are close to me. I can come back from Lagos now. And like we have meeting tomorrow, Abi. Before the event tomorrow, I can tell you I'm just coming back from Lagos. Try me. Pump in like 5 million to my account today. Before the meeting tomorrow. And so we must have investment plan. Don't spend every money that comes your way. Let's have to buy what they have in Lagos so that they won't come and steal our resources here. When people have opportunity to get big jobs, that's how up to 10 minutes. Okay, fine. When people have opportunity to get big jobs, it is not big money. It's an opportunity for you to invest. Don't follow people to invest. Follow your own way. Follow your investment plan. I have my own investment plan. So many times when I see people want to copy my investment plan, I laugh. Because the way I sketch it, there is a sharp bend. But you, as you are following me, you don't know. You are using my time. So, as I'm going on my road, you know when you are running, when you are driving or in a convoy and you don't know the road, it's very dangerous. Because that one that knows the road just press me and pa, you enter bush. So don't follow anybody. Have your investment plan. The investment plan of boss don't have it. Because people around will steal the place. They will not return it. So I don't know how he does it. So have your own investment plan. Very, very important. Now, very important, let me talk about this. Be professional on how you handle competition. Ilorin, competition. Be professional how you handle competition. Very important. this can keep all of us at a level that me, I want to go, but because Arif is not professional about how he handle it, he will go. By the time Arif wants to go, because I'm not professional, I will hold it. And that means we should be careful how we speak about other brands. I don't know, we need to talk about it. How we speak about other brands. Every one of us, we are doing well. If they give you 1 million naira to work and they give me 10 million naira to work, you cannot do the same thing I will do. So there's no need to compare the results with me. All of us are doing well. Don't let us spoil other brands because of our brand. Let me tell you, it has a way to bounce back on you. You will not last in the industry. If you are here, you are always after another brand to get your own. You will not last. I know people who have done it for me. It's even dangerous to do it for me. There's a grace that follows me. You will not last in the industry. Very dangerous. And you don't know people. Someone has been praying and God opens a door for him, and you go there and say, Talegrefu, yóò bàjẹ́ ni, repay say, and they don't give him again. You are in trouble. You are in trouble. You know the trouble you are in? The trouble of the God who made that provision for you. So don't go around and spoil people's brand. I told some people sometimes when we are talking about this issue that if we leave you, only you, me now, I told Ghana that I will reconsider it. If you see me the last week of December, I did not sleep for 1 week. It was as if I swallowed water. Although I did not sleep for 1 week. 1 week. I was driving down from Offa and I slept off on the steering. I shared it with people. I slept off on the steering and I opened my eyes, slammed the brake, and I parked. And where I was going to. Trauma. Event trauma. So I needed to wait for like a minute and look around. And I realized that I was in Amoyo. But am I going or going back? I've forgotten. So I told people that before I take multiple jobs again, I will consider. And you know how it comes. My friend, Emperor, the musician, says, "Color woman jẹ́ ká mọ omi burúkú kó omi gidi tó dé." You know? No, you took the first job. You took the first job. And then, since we don't have any job, hello? Since we don't have any job that day, let's take it. 700,000. We took it. We said, thank God, we now have a job that day. And the next week, someone just called me and said, can you come? You know how it happened to me? I took a job in Illinois, roaming school, about 550,000 some years ago. I told you about the journey. I drove completely about 30-something hours. I took the job on consideration. Another person gave me Atasanta. I said, roaming Atasanta. That was how someone called me from Abuja Pamset to education ministry then. Said, I don't know you, but someone you came highly recommended. You are coming to set up a 1,000 seater for us in Ikoyi, Kaba after Kaba. I said, wow, fantastic. I did my bill. He said, are you sure you will deliver? I said, wow. I said, but if you had so, he said, are you sure you will deliver? I took money. Make how many events? So some of my clients from Shonga, you remember? He was the one that went to do the Shonga job for me. Some of my clients from Shonga just called me and said, Mana, so the date of the event is this also. I was the one that sent money to your account. For what? For dogs. Just one day. So I the first thing I did, integrity, like he said, I called all the clients and told them I have multiple jobs. You will see me during your events. I was waiting for someone to say refund. So So I have multiple jobs, you may not see me. I have multiple jobs. I told all of them. They said, we don't care, we don't care, we don't care. I said, wow. So we started planning. There are spreadsheets that we use. We write equipment need, team lead, equipment need, team lead, equipment lead. One of the team lead for Shonga job was Oga Presto. He was the one that was supposed to go and cover for me. So once they see him there, it's minor events, just like he said, collaboration. Me and him, we have collaborated very well, and I've never had any issue. So, but I had issue that day. Don't clap too much. That day they got there, they were unable to pull up the tent. There were too many sounds. So I had to leave from Kaba. I left Kaba 9:30 in the night, and I drove to Shonga. I got there 5 in the morning, or 5 or 6 in the morning, and we started pulling them again. So I will consider before I take multiple jobs, which is very important for some of us to also reconsider. So how you see your competitors, how you handle competition, we are to collaborate. You are not competing with me. Let me tell you the fact. You are not competing with me, and I am not competing with you. Like in Ilorin now, we have shortage of Jabari chairs. It's not sufficient. We don't have banquet tables. There's nobody in Ilorin that have 200 banquet tables. There's nobody in Ilorin that have 50 rows of work. I was at when we were fixing chandeliers at Whitestone in Lagos. They just said, in case you need chandelier, we'll rent you. I said, like how many? We have up to 50 if you want. 50 chandeliers, expensive ones. 50. Finesse. Finesse was the one that told me that she has up to 50 chandeliers. And if you go into the hall, you will also see there. So let us collaborate. Don't see ourselves as enemies. So when Arif is working in the hall, Arif can run into my hall and pull a rug that I want to use. And I was okay, take it, cover up for your own. There is no tension here. Let's collaborate. So, number one, all competitions should be with yourself. I'll just close now. All competitions should be with yourself. So, during our December job, we have back-to-back jobs. And so I was designing stage. So the following week, Sumi will come to me and say, what's the next stage we're going to do? I would ask him, what can we do better than what we did last week? So the competition is in all you want to do is compete with me. Once you get to where I am, you stop. You are not moving again. And so we design something, we design another one better than last week, we design another. That's how to task your brain. But by the time all you want to compete with is Lagbaja, then you are not going far. You will just stop where he is. Now, the second one is don't spoil other brands to get a contract. Don't tear down other brands to build yours, because it will not last. I said that. Stay focused on your strength and keep improving. Stay focused on your strength and keep improving. Me and Harry, we have different strengths. If you are very smart and you look at our job, different strengths. We are not the same. Stay focused on your strengths and keep improving. I have just 2 more minutes. Keep improving. Do a SWOT analysis of yourself. You know what SWOT analysis is? Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Yes. Do a SWOT analysis of yourself. Stay focused on your strengths. Don't follow whatever I do is what you want to do. It will not help you. You have your way. You will neglect your strength and you will be running in your weakness after me. So focus on your strength. Focus on your unique selling points. There are reasons why people buy from you. I asked some business, and when we were doing the business with that, why do you think I'll buy from you and not buy from me when you're selling the same product? You must be able to identify why people are buying from you and not buying from others. If you don't know it, then you don't know your strength. The last one is identify and work on the weakness of your brand. Identify and work on the weakness of the brand. My brand's weakness is storage. We are not good at storage. What we do things is, our boys are very, very energetic. They can slam chandelier. You can buy chandelier, a new chandelier for 500,000. They can tell you it's broken in another week. Manager will shout. As you speak, those are the strength of value, the strength of myself. As you speak, the job I see did inside Atlantic, we are still retrieving today. That's part of my business. My boys, once they cash out, like, I know my managers are working on it. Okay, so the most important is, permit me to use the word of the Bible that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I want all of us to rely on God for increase, for exploit, for knowledge this year, and I pray.
People in your circle, don't follow the video alone, don't follow Charlie Poppy. So please look at the ones that are in your circle and follow them. Keep learning and relearning or learning as well. Then make sure that you are consistent in doing what works for you. One of the things I think I'll make mention before I bring up stage our next speaker, she's around, so please I'm going to bring in her help now. From what you said, sir, talk about the space on stage. That is one of the issues personally we MCs have been complaining about here. When we go to Lagos, the space that we have is as big as this hall, sincerely. It's as big as this hall that we have opportunities to do our games correctly. Video guys are not struggling. You know, now when you manage space, you just definitely will control the guests. That don't bring out your Sagem, don't bring out your iPhone, don't bring out this, but they will still come out. But when we have a large space, sincerely, they can stay anywhere. They can stay anywhere and they will do all of the things. Then we have all these bridals made. Then sometimes the bridals maids are so lengthy that they will just be managing the space. So please, as he has said, as one of the things that we should take note of, please, I think we should look into that aspect as well. So let's encourage our clients to always agree for that stage, so that we have that bigger space. Thank you so much. So on to the next on my list here, please. We have the third speaker. She will be coming off stage at a moment from now. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring off stage the next speaker. She is the first female president of the Kwara Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mine and Agriculture, Kwasima. And she's the first female, as I've said, over the 50 years of existence. She's a seasoned legal practitioner and graduate of the University of Benin and Nigeria Law School, Lagos State. Mrs. Ronke Adeyemi is the principal partner of Ronke Adeyemi & Co., director of Real Mex Ventures, director of Shalom Hedge Nigeria Limited, director in Chesterfield Fans, director of Mainstay Foundation, as well as the chairman of the board of directors of Legal Matrix Support Service Limited. She is also a former vice chairman of Arbitrators United Kingdom. Prestigious ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me. I humbly present to you Chief Mrs. Ronke Adeyemi. God bless you, man.
Let me start off by apologizing first for coming late. It's not in our character as lawyers to go late for events, but today happens to be the commencement of the new legal year in Kwara State, and so we had the program. We started at 10 o'clock. I had to run out of the place because your chairman kept sending me messages that everybody is set. My brothers, both of them are my brothers, although they are bigger than me, size-wise. It's very nice to see you again. I'm happy to be in your midst, and I'm quite surprised that there's an association like this. It's the first time I was hearing about it when your people came to speak with me. So they gave me this topic, building the space, and I had to call him again and again to ask the background to that, because we are trying to be mindful of what we say. You should speak to the issue, so that bringing you here will not be a waste of time. And he told me 3 people were going to speak. 2 of them are professionals in this field, and that I've been invited as the president of Kwasima, and at the same time as a lawyer. So those are the perspectives from which I will be speaking, because I'm not very familiar with your trade, so I don't really know much about it or how to run. But thank God I met a little part of the talk by Mana, and he has really touched on what we need very seriously. So I just speak on general issues as business people. The first one I always tell people is that there is no elevator to success. You cannot just go like this, stand somewhere, and then the thing will take you to success. It's not possible. Many of us have tried and tried and tried to see if it is possible, and we can assure you that it's not possible. The way to success is hard work. There is no other way. You just have to work hard. Go and look at those who are successful in your field. You will see that they are not the people who wake up at 10 a.m. and go to sleep at 8 p.m. It's not possible. The Dangotes and the Otedolas of this world, they put several hours into work. Yes, God do bless people, but you still have to work. So first is that you should tell yourself that to be a successful person in your job, you have to work hard. There's nothing you can do about that. Especially my sisters, you just have to put in the work. And because you are a lady, you have to bend over backwards. In fact, you have to do more than a guy will do for people to believe in you and to trust you, and to believe you can deliver. It may be easier in your profession than in mine. When people bring matters to us as lawyers, they say, so you have to do much more than your male colleague will do, despite the challenges that hold us down as women. And we need to recognize these challenges and take them in our stride. My brother was talking of getting jobs in 4 or 5 places at the same time and running up and down. That would be very difficult for a woman. When you have the home front to contend with, your guy at home, then the children, you can't just put them and say you are going from here to here. And that's why our men counterparts are always ahead of us in professions, because they are able to move around faster than we do. So note that as women, you will need to work even harder. Don't just feel because you are a woman you can't make it. You can make it. Definitely can make it. But you just need to work harder. Then entitlement mentality. This is very common among people these days. My uncle ought to help me. My uncle works in government house. He's the one who should family wallet. He's the one who should help me to be getting jobs. My auntie works in NNPC. Please forget about all of them. If you don't have an uncle that government house, and the time and emotions you'll be spending begrudging such people, channel it to advancing your work. Tell yourself that I have to make it by God's grace, and God's grace alone. Instead of people to sit down and think of how to advance their businesses, they are sitting down and thinking who helped them and who did not help them. Your help will come only from God and from your own hand and from what you are doing. People will go somewhere and say, who did that decoration? That's a beautiful job. I want to meet the person. Your job should be the one that will advertise you, not your family connections alone. Family connections are good, they are an advantage, but please don't rely on them. A lot of people have risen to places of great heights simply by God's grace. I've listened to a lot of successful people talk about how God took them to where they are today. And I've seen that if you work very hard and you leave yourself in the hand of God, and you don't begrudge anybody for not helping you, just allow God to help you, and you get to your destination. Then run your business like a business. I think it was part of what my brother who spoke last was talking about. When you start this kind of job, please go and register it as a business, either as a business name or as an incorporated company, and run it as such. Not that somebody comes and says, I want to do an event, you give the bill, and then you pocket the money. For us women, the first place to go is Yoruba Road. Buy tomato, buy pepper, buy the kind of fish you belonging to eat and all of that. There's a room for that. But don't let that be the way you run your business. And you're always broke. And that will push you to be cutting corners. Because the money will not be enough to do the job anymore. And then you will not improve. You must always put something back into your business. And to do this, you need to get professional help, especially in the area of accounting. More than almost 20 years ago, God sent me somebody who is like a brother-in-law to me. He's an accountant. He's the one who told me that you should not be running your law firm like, yes, it belongs to me. So when somebody comes and pays for my service, I just put it in my pocket and start spending that, the business will not grow. That I should open a separate account for the office and I open a separate account for myself. When people want to pay for services, they either go and pay to that account, or if they pay cash, go and put it in the account. Then you put yourself on a salary, just like every other lawyer that works with you. He said I should go to Ministry of Justice and go and ask my mates that are there, that how much are they receiving per month. At that time, I think it was something like maybe 26,000, 27,000. I started to put myself on 30,000. When it was month end, he said I should take 30,000 from that office account, put it in my personal account and be spending it. By around 10th, 11th day of the money had finished. So I called him, sir, what it on? He said, so what am I going to do now? He said the same thing that your mates do in the ministry when their salary finishes. You will be waiting for next one. It was very difficult because I was used to just spending the money as it comes. Salary. And I was like that. After about 6 months, I was able to really balance. And that thing taught me how to manage money. It's not that once you see money in your pocket, you just be spending it. That is going to put you in a very difficult situation. A job costing, write it here. What it costs you to execute it, write it there. So that you even know whether you are making profit or not. You see some people, they are always engaged. They have jobs, but they don't have money. Because they are not calculating the thing very well. They just feel somebody calls you, I have a wedding, I'm going to pay you ₦1 million. Did you calculate your cost of running that thing? Like my brother said, some of the things you will use there, you can't use them again. They'll get damaged. Some things will be stolen. The cost of bringing you there, your fuel, the people who come with you, have you calculated all of that? Before you are jumping up and saying, I got $1 million. You didn't get $1 million. Maybe what you got is 120,000 out of that job. Especially in the area of accounting. And be financially disciplined. If you don't have financial discipline, you will not rise. You will not. It's not possible for you to rise unless you have financial discipline. Yes, God will continue to provide a Sharia marble, but then you also need to plan. Even God planned life. That's why He gave us rainy season and dry season. He didn't just say all the time should be rainy season or all the year round should be dry season. If we have dry season that is longer than rainy season, we will be complaining, and vice versa. So dry seasons and rainy seasons will come in your business. There will be times that you will be the one that is raining. Everybody knows you. No, let's go to Decorative is the best. But over time, younger people begin to rise. New ideas will begin to come. body will be telling you that you have started to age. By the time you hit 50, you begin to see the difference. So it means you cannot continue this running up and down forever physically. You need to be taking an